Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Spoken. This is our NBA segment on today, June 6, 2012. First, give a shout out to my friend Ernest Hickman, whose birthday is on today. Also,
hey, happy birthday!
Also, Lance has some shout outs to give.
Yeah, I want to congratulate Jason Taylor, longtime NFL defensive lineman. He just got signed on to ESPN to be an analyst, so I saw that on Twitter today. I want to say congratulations. Also, Tom Coughlin, the longtime coach for the New York Giants, just got an extension in 2014. Well deserved. A lot of crap that guy's gotten over the years being a Giants coach. You know, week to week, that guy got a lot of crap about being fired, and yet he continues to win Super Bowls. So congratulations to both you guys.
Alex Taney, new chief. It's a different segment.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
I'm gonna go ahead and bow my head real quick and have a moment of silence for the Miami Heat right now.
I didn't know that was going to happen, so thank you for that, Terry. I appreciate it.
Back to it. Wow, a lot of basketball just happened the last 2 days. On Monday night, we had OKC go into San Antonio and pull off a victory. An awesome victory. Now, we know kind of worry about Westbrook having his little relapse moment in the fourth quarter or whatnot, but they still was able to pull out the victory in San Antonio. Now, the game is on tonight. Tonight in OKC, on their home court. Can they win Game 6 and end it right now? Derek, what do you think?
They win it big. I think they'll win it by either 9 points or more. And I think Durant goes nuts tonight. I think he has 35 or more points tonight. I think he has his best game probably of the series, other than that Game 4 when he just went nuts in the fourth quarter.
Right.
This is going to be probably his most complete game from over a 4-quarter period. I think they get it done. I think they roll tonight, and I think they're in the finals.
And he's going to have 35, just like Paul Pierce was supposed to have 35 last night, right?
Hey, but hey, I got part of it right. Hey, I got part of it right. I said 35, and I said the Celtics would win.
The fact is they won. That's all I know. Yes, the Thunder can definitely win this game, and in fact, I'm gonna have to change my prediction, guys. I do think the Thunder win this series. They fooled us. I think that a lot of people kind of agreed with me.
No, they didn't fool me.
Well, all praise to Derek here. Let's kiss his pinky ring for a second.
I had the Thunder.
Yes,
6.
we all know that. If you watch any of our former videos, you did, and I will give you full credit. I'm saying a lot of people that I had talked to said that they didn't feel that the Thunder were ready yet. Just by watching the first 2 games, they felt that they were making still a lot of repetitive mistakes, and so naturally people were going with the more experienced Spurs. But we all have talked, they grew up overnight.
Right.
I mean, we thought, well, they just won a couple home games. Of course they're supposed to win those games. They go into San Antonio where they never win and made a statement.
Right.
So I'm not going to, I said it earlier in the series, they're going to have to prove me wrong. Well, they're going to prove me wrong again that they can't win this game because I believe they're going to win this game. You know what I mean? I have full confidence in the Thunder.
In what fashion? Like Derek said, 9 points?
No, it's not going to be big. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything like that. I think that the Spurs are going to give it their all because they realize that this is it. The Spurs are not a team you take for granted,
right.
Even if you are whooping them. Because they look at the last game. The Thunder were rolling, and they come back within 2 points with 30 seconds left. And Ginobili, if you would have hit that shot, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. We'd be talking about a tied series.
Right.
So I'm gonna say it's a closer game, but the Thunder will win at home.
Okay. What do you think? Any coaching to end this out? What do you think from that?
Like far as adjustments?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Pop's getting out coached. Not quite like the other series that's going on right now. I think Pop's, he just doesn't have the personnel to keep up with Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a young team. It's like a marathon. As the more it goes on, this young team is starting to really catch up. You're kind of seeing some of the Spurs kind of wear down a little bit. I mean, they're long. Thunder's longer. They're more athletic. They're more explosive, and they're just a better team.
I don't know if I agree that they don't have the personnel. I just think that the personnel and the Thunder are just playing better. I think they're making the shots they need to make. I think that they're executing the way they need to execute. If we watched the first 2 games, guys, we were all kind of agreeing that the better team was the Spurs. You know, the team that was executing. We all talked about execution. But what I did say, though, was, and I've seen it come to fruition, when you make the Spurs dribble and create their own shot, they're half the offense they are when they're executing just quick passes and not dribbling. The ball's not touching the ground. They look like a total different offense. So the Thunder took advantage of that, and Russell Westbrook wasn't getting absorbed by the pick and rolls anymore. You know, he started realizing to go around that, go in front of it, go behind it, let Serge Ibaka pick it up. Thabo Sefolosha taking over. Tony Parker, who was the biggest the playmaker for the Spurs. I literally saw the Thunder cut their legs from under them and say, "This is our time."
It was just adjustments. I mean, they've had the better personnel. I don't think there's no question that top to bottom, that they're more talented down the stretch. Down the road than San Antonio. They just didn't have coming into the series, didn't have the proper game plan. You see them go back to the drawing board, switch up some
Game
things.
three,
And everything has
That's what I'm saying by
shifted.
personnel, not just players. I'm talking about coaching staff as well, because I think that if you look at the Spurs from top to bottom, they're a team that is more pedigreed than the Thunder. If you really want to look at it from top to bottom.
If you think only really you got Tim Duncan, you got Miles Ginobili and Tony Parker, then you playing a rookie. Danny Green's never won anything. Steven Jackson, he was with him when they won their first one. But
Boris
really,
Diaw. All those guys are experienced veterans. Like, Kawhi Leonard's young, but he has hit huge shots in his career already.
Yeah, but
so these guys have all played very well.
They've already played well, but it's the change in the guard in the NBA. It's the game's changing. These guys can't get up and down.
Best record in the West. There's a reason that the team had the best record in the West is because they know how to play together and they know how to play consistent.
Yeah, but regular season doesn't do anything for you. You can ask the Bulls that.
But what I'm saying was just a week ago we were all talking. Everybody on ESPN was talking about, can the Spurs go undefeated? Can they break the record? Of just sweeping everybody? And all of a sudden they lose a couple games. Now we're talking about they're not that. They don't have the advantage.
Yeah, but for
I just think the Thunder
85% of the season, though, from 85% of the season, I said I didn't believe in the Spurs. I didn't believe in the Spurs. I wasn't getting caught up in they won.
Oh, I remember that.
They had won 20 games, and I was still talking about I don't believe in those guys. And then they came out the first 2 games, in the series, and I apologize to them because they were a really good basketball team. But there also is a reason why I didn't pick them to win.
And I agree with you. The Thunder are the more talented team. I think we all can agree with that. I mean, if you look at all 3 of their best players are under 24 years old, and they're all scoring at will. You know what I mean? There's no doubt in my mind they're the more talented team. I'm saying that as far as the roster, as far as the guys that execute, the Spurs are just as good.
Right.
No, I don't think so.
They just haven't done it the last few games. I mean, they've done it all year.
But there's a reason why they haven't done it. Because the other team is.
Well, but you know what I'm saying? The Thunder finally started playing good basketball. They started playing the right kind of basketball to beat the Spurs. They haven't been doing it all year. They've done it over the last 2 years.
Yeah, but the Thunder's top 3 is better than the Spurs' top 3.
Talent-wise, yes.
Yeah.
Talent-wise, absolutely.
Talent,
But basketball IQ, I don't know.
Well, sometimes it ain't about X and O's. It's about Jimmys and Joes, and that's why the Spurs are going home tonight.
It's very good. Good point. Good point.
Now, last night we had the Celtics go into Miami, down South Beach, Florida, and pull out a victory. Wow. And that. Wow. No one saw that coming.
I did.
Celtics 2-0. Kevin Garnett 2-0. Ray Allen shot is going away.
Derek is 2-0 right now.
I did.
His ankle, this and that. Paul Pierce, the truth, so on. So Paul Pierce here. He had a key 3-pointer over LeBron James. Woo! Wow.
Big shot.
You know what he said after he hit that? I'm cold, boy. I'm cold. He called his shot, man. I mean, literally, he basically cold LeBron out. And you saw they gave each other a high five. And he still made that. It was nothing but net. I mean, and then he's shooting 68% in the last couple of postseasons. 68% within 5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Well,
that's easily the best in the NBA.
That's why they call him the truth, and that's why he's got some jewelry on.
Chris Bosh did not play at all in the fourth quarter. Now, why is that?
More than LeBron.
Why is that? Fourth quarter Bosh. What was going on with that?
Okay, I'm gonna say something right now. I have backed up Eric Spoelstra this entire time. I said that this guy is getting his chance to prove that he's a good coach in this league, that he can adjust to what everybody says he is and what he isn't. I can't back up what he did last night, because if he would have said, if Bosh would have actually been injured and he said he re-aggravated it, I'm fine with him not playing. But he comes out in the post game and comes out and tells the media that he was good to go. He was fine to play. He was Chris Bosh was good to go. Then why didn't he play? That's what I'm saying, Coach Spoelstra. Why didn't you play the guy that you needed? Everybody's been talking about what's been the hot topic of this whole series. When is Chris Bosh going to play? What is he going to do? What's his effectiveness level? Is he going to change the way that the Heat play? Is he going to pull KG out? This and this and this. And you don't even play him in the most important quarter of the entire game. And the game was close all the way up to that, and then you needed a guy to step up, and you didn't have him. Why? Because he's sitting on the bench. And I'm not understanding what Spoelstra's mindset was. And then he wants to throw stuff around after the game's over in the hallway. You should be frustrated yourself, man. There's no reason in the world why you do this. It's inexcusable. And I honestly believe, when I talked to Derek earlier, I think it is honestly a fireable offense. Something like that to be done in Eastern Conference Final is totally irresponsible, and it shows weakness in his coaching methods.
Derek, the coach, what do you think?
He's getting coaching to the ground right now. Last night, Doc Rivers was in a coaching zone. He was fun to watch. Times down, he'd give him zone, right back down. When Miami would think they would adjust to the zone, he'd hit him with another man-to-man defense. He never never stopped switching it up on Miami. He kept Miami off balance the whole fourth quarter. Eric Spoelstra, it's been 2 years. You haven't figured out his own defense yet. I don't know how much money they're paying you. They're paying you a lot of money, and you still haven't figured out his own. You got thrashed by the zone in the finals last year against Dallas. You think you would have went on the offseason, examine that, because it's a copycat league. Of course, if they see it, somebody else is going to do it. Boston, Doc Rivers, a genius.
Yeah.
Didn't pull the zone out until Game 5 really, when he needed it the most, because Game 5 is so pivotal. I heard last night where they said 85% of the teams that win Game 5 usually win the series. Doc Rivers, a masterful job. Second, he was cleared, Boston was cleared to play 25 minutes. He only played 12. Full fourth quarter, you could have just let him rip.
He didn't even play most of the third quarter.
You could just, I know, he could have just let him rip the whole fourth quarter, and just when they needed him the most, could have went in there and stretched the defense.
At least be a decoy.
A decoy or something.
Because Haslam's not a threat.
Yeah, no, Haslam's not a threat. And then, you know, you guys been waiting on Bosh to come back, Bosh this, Bosh that, and then when you had him right there, you didn't play him.